Is it some lack of energy that keeps us from going to the very end of a problem? Does this require special energy, or is there only one basic energy at the root of all life? Is it some lack of energy that keeps us from going to the end of a problem? Does this require special energy, or is there only a basic energy at the root of all life? First of all, what is a problem? That's the question, it says. When we go to the very root of the problem, and that requires, the questioner says, energy to go to the very end of it. So we are asking, what is a problem? The word problem means, Latin, Greek, and so on, something thrown at you. Something that you have to face. Something different from you. Now, from childhood, we are trained to solve problems. Right? Mathematical problems, geography. How to write, that's a problem to a child. How to go to the toilet is a problem to the child. So, from childhood, our brain is trained to solve problems. How to go to the moon, how to ride a bicycle, how to drive a car, how to live with another person without, problems arising. So our brain is actually trained to solve problems. Right? That's a fact. So our whole life becomes a problem to be solved. Right? See it in yourself, sir, how this operates. Right? Are you clear on this matter? We can proceed from there. That our whole instruction, information is to resolve problems. Conditioned from childhood, the brain is. So that, and problem means something thrown at you. You can look it up in a good dictionary, it'll tell you that. Latin and so on. So we are always resolving problems. We look at the whole life as a problem to be resolved. Right? And the questioner says, does some kind of energy that keeps us from going to the very end of a problem, right? I'm asked not how to end a problem. Why do we have problems? Not that they're not problems. You say, attack me, that becomes a problem. Legally or this way or that way. That becomes a problem. There are problems. But why do we have problems? The mind that says have problems. You understand what I wonder if we can go into this a little bit. Are you interested in this? So another question arises from that, which is to live without a single problem. Not that they're not problems, but to have no problems. We'll come to that presently. Why do we have problems? You attack me. Or I attack you for various reasons, moral, immoral, various issues, because you hold to certain conclusions, neurotically or some idealistic reasons, you hold to them. And you insist that way, never yielding, never apologizing, never concerned about except yourself and your neurotic way of life. And the questioner says, to go to the very end of a problem does require energy, obviously. Not any special energy, but just ordinary energy of investigation. Now, to investigate very closely, very delicately, deeply, all the intricacies of a problem, you cannot have a motive. Right? If you have a motive in the resolution of a problem, that motive will dictate the answer, not the problem. Right? Are we getting together? Are we meeting? Suppose I have a problem. Personally, I haven't. Whatever happens, happens. I'll deal with it. But I'm not going to have any problem. It's stupid to have problem. For myself, I'm saying. And I need energy to investigate a problem. Problem of war, right? Why human beings kill each other, to go into it, look at it closely, step by step, that requires energy. And to resolve a problem of relationship. And relationship is extraordinarily important. I need energy tools to go into it very, very carefully. Right? And other problems. So, energy is necessary to investigate closely, delicately, never coming to any conclusion, moving, follow? But if you're attached to a tether, you cannot investigate. Right? A tether, a post tied, animal tied to a post, we can only go that far, whatever the length of that rope is. So, there must be freedom from any conclusion, any motive to investigate. That's clear, obvious. Like a scientist, he may have great many hypotheses, theories, but he puts them aside to investigate. And then he says that that theory is true. But he doesn't insist on that theory is true before investigation. Right? But we do. So, you need energy to go to the very end of a problem. Take any problem that one has, what? Fear we went into. Huh?
Loneliness.
Huh?
Loneliness.
Good. Is that a problem? All right, loneliness. Why have we made that into a problem? It's there, right? It's there. You're lonely. Why are you lonely? That is separated, right? Divided. You may be married, have a great many friends, but there is this sense of deep loneliness of human beings. How does that loneliness come about? What is its quality? Doesn't it bring about by our daily action? Our action is based on our own selfish motives, right? Self-centered activity. I must be a great man, I must be a successful man, I must meditate, I must do this, I must do that. Everything is me, I am the most important person. You hear that on television every day, right? So, when you emphasize all day long this limited quality, limited state of mind, it must inevitably lead to a form of a word called loneliness, which is to have no relationship with anybody, right? It is brought about by our daily activity of thought and action. And then you say, I'm lonely, I must take a drink, right? To escape from it. I'm lonely, therefore I'm going to the club, or go to a nightclub, or whatever you do. Or hold on to your wife, or hold on, cling to, because you're afraid of being lonely. So, now, you see the cause of it, which is very simple, very quick. And to hold the whole thing together and not use the word lonely. But the word lonely is an abstraction of the fact. You understand? The fact is not the word. But the word has become important rather than the fact. And the cause of the fact is this constant struggle, neurotic otherwise, constant thought of oneself. I'm hurt, I want to be great, I want to be this, I want to be, all that goes on within human brain. So there is the fact, and the word is not the fact. When you use the word lonely, it's already used and has its associations with the past. So you never look at that feeling afresh when you use the word lonely. I wonder if you're okay. So, to live with that feeling afresh, because you can do that only when you see the cause of it. Daily concern with oneself. Then you might ask, mustn't one be concerned with oneself? You know the good old question. And if you want that, be concerned with yourself, and at the end of it feel lonely and happy, miserable and all that, that's your affair. If you want that, good, pursue it. But if you want to understand a way of living which is totally different, then you have to look at all this very closely, ask fundamental questions. And you can only ask fundamental questions by doubting, questioning, asking.